Good afternoon. I'm here to talk about a certain armed conflict that took place in early 2009. There were two parties that were fighting, and I have certain ideas I want to kind of think out loud a little bit. So, first of all, it seemed like one of the parties was sending small rockets into an area, causing some death and some damage. And of course those people were getting very upset about it. Those people then went and complained to their government, who then began a major occupation force, and an armed conflict arose. It went on, and this is basically war and bloodshed at its maximum. One might say it was because of a certain faction that these people had elected to their government. And so the other government was trying to eradicate them, exterminate them, as you will. The trouble is, they were elected, even though people on our side were saying it was a bloody coup, which is not true. However, moving forward, I thought that wars should be in terms of defense. But in this case, it seems to be more of like wars were part of a religious conflict of sorts. And this gets to make it very bad. On one side, you have, for instance, Christians, and they supposedly would say, turn the other cheek. There's also some things that say, comfort your enemy, give them food and shelter. And those are very nice teachings, but we see that those teachings were not followed in this case. Another teaching is an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. That's pretty much saying that the response should meet with the proportion of the threat. And from the looks of what went on, I don't think that was the case either. The disturbing thing is that the religion that seems to be more like is an old pagan religion where they had human sacrifice, say like the worshippers of Moloch or Baal. Where human sacrifice was fairly routine. And so those are things to think about. Who is ordering this response of this scale, of this nature? I wonder if they realize that they are paying homage to such pagan deities as Baal and Moloch. Also, no country has been totally clean either. I think both of them need to settle down and work on peace, and work on forgiveness, and work on how people can live. They were saying that these factions would hide in schools and hospitals and in neighborhoods. Well, these factions are people, and people live in houses, and people send their kids to school, and people, when they get hurt, go to hospitals. I mean, where were they supposed to go? That's kind of, it's like they didn't really have much choice. And so comes a point where many of us were praying for peace, and at least a ceasefire came about. And that's a good thing because we can make it last and give people a ground to move on forward from. Both sides deserve to live in peace. Both sides deserve to earn prosperity, should be able to go to their jobs. And so let's move forward now. Let's look at who are we fighting for. Are we fighting for a religion? Are we fighting for some pagan, bloodthirsty religion? Or are we more for fighting for humans, for freedom, and for civility? So let's keep that in mind moving forward. And may peace be with us all.